Here in the Chicago Metro, we are seeing insane inventory lows, crazy housing prices, and homes being sold in record time, but it's not impossible to find a house. I've literally been able to help dozens of families find and move into their new homes, and I'm currently working with families from all around the world to relocate right here to the Chicago Metro, and there are 5 things that these families are doing right up front before diving into their housing search in order to be successful. So if you'd like to know what those are, then keep watching. What's happening, everybody? This is Weiss, your go-to home advisor right here in the Chicagoland area. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap that bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And leave me a comment down below if you have any questions about the Chicago real estate market or you agree or disagree with anything that I am saying in this particular video today. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you can always reach out to me by phone, text, email, days, nights, weekends, and I would love to connect with you and help you in any way possible. All right, so after helping dozens of people move and relocate within the Chicago Metro in this crazy real estate market, I really narrowed down exactly what you need to do in order to be successful finding your dream home. The topics that I will be sharing with you in this video are the things that I will go more in depth when we connect on Zoom for your dream home consultation, because doing these items right up front will not only simplify your entire home shopping process, but it'll put you in a much higher probability of beating out all your competition for your favorite house. So here are the 5 things that I highly recommend doing before ever going to look at a house here in the Chicago real estate market, with number 1 being the language and the process. All right, so in order to be competitive in today's market with a home offer, you need to familiarize yourself with the process and the language used throughout the transaction. And of course, I will coach you throughout the entirety of that so that you understand exactly what's going on. But there are a lot of moving pieces and things that I will need to coach you on and familiarize yourself with along the way. And right now, because we're receiving multiple offers on most properties in desirable neighborhoods, I mean, we're seeing properties getting 20, 30 offers being bid up $25,000 upwards of $50,000 plus over the asking price. So it's really important that you understand exactly what's going on to keep yourself from losing tens of thousands of dollars. So some of the things that I'm doing for my clients in order to make their offers super competitive, because you're not the only one that loves the house and is submitting an offer on that one, is to make sure that they're putting down things other than purchase price that are going to make their offer stand out in a multiple offer situation. Some of the items that I highly encourage you to utilize are the earnest money, the appraisal gap guarantee, and of course buying the house as is. Essentially, earnest money is a good faith deposit up front that shows the seller you're serious about buying their house. Now in a normal market, it would be 1 to 2% of the agreement price. Right now, I'm highly encouraging my clients to put down significantly more, sometimes 3, 4, and even 5%, because in a multiple offer situation, more earnest money down will make your offer stand out and just much more stronger. Now also an appraisal gap guarantee. So what that is your difference between the appraisal price and the agreement price. If the appraiser comes back lower than what you agreed on, you're telling the seller that you're able and willing to make up any difference because you want that house no matter what. And then the last one is an as-is purchase. So basically you can do your inspection, you get the report back. As long as there's no major issues, you're going to continue with the purchase of the house. If for some reason there is and you want to back out of the agreement, that's no problem. As long as you're within that first 5 business day period, you get your earnest money back so that you can go shopping for your next house. Continuing with understanding the offer process and the language is the lender you choose. Now here in Illinois, the lender's information is going to be in the contract, so they are part of your offer, and choosing the right lender is going to be very, very important. And the reason I bring this up is because the big box lenders or the online discount lenders really are not your best option when you're competing against other people, because all else being equal with offers, when you're competing, they're going to choose the lender that is competent, is going to pick up the phone, communicates well, and that you have an established relationship with, either the agent or yourself. So if you're wanting to use a big box lender, I'd highly recommend that you understand their closing costs and origination fees, because I've had people get the rug pulled out from under them before. they get the lower rate, but then they think their closing costs are $8,000. They get to the closing table and they end up being $25,000. So you wouldn't want that, I'm certain of it. But everything we do when we put together your offer is to make sure that it is as competitive and as strong as possible, so that you can get your favorite house. Number 2, and I highly encourage you to figure out some of these things before you ever go look at a house, is what is your real estate plan? What does your dream home look like? And before we ever meet on a Zoom call, I'm going to send you my dream home form so you can kind of get a better idea of what it is you need and you want. So the must-haves and the it would be nice to have, but it's not going to be a deal breaker if the house doesn't have it, because we can add it later type things. One of the best things that you can possibly do is figure out your budget and your expectations. You know, what's that monthly payment look like for you, so that your family and yourself are not tied down your house. You can still live the life that you want to live, save for retirement, and do the things on a daily basis that you love to do. So what does that monthly payment look like? I'm in these neighborhoods each and every single day. So once I hear your criteria when we meet for your dream home consultation, I'll know exactly what to recommend to you based on what your lifestyle looks like. And there might be some neighborhoods that you didn't know about that I could recommend to you because it might be the right fit for what you're looking for, whether it's the right schools, a downtown area, close to some trails or parks or whatever it is. I can definitely recommend that once we go more in depth into what your lifestyle looks like and what your dream home actually is. One of the best things you can do once we narrow down the towns and the neighborhoods you're considering is to drive the areas and explore further. And it could be based on your commute time to work, what the housing styles look like, your budget, whatever's the most important to you. That's probably the best way to go about driving these areas, and just explore further and just determine whether or not you can see yourself living there or not. Hey, if you like this video so far, smash that like button. And if you agree, disagree, or have any questions about something I'm talking about in this video, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Number 3, loan qualifications. So this is going to determine how much house you can actually afford, and it'll base your monthly payment off of your DTI, or your debt to income ratio. So essentially they take how much income you're bringing in each and every month as a family, and then weigh it against your obligations and liabilities such as car payments, student loans, credit card debt, anything along those lines. The second thing that they're going to look at is your credit score and credit payment history. So if you've skipped a few payments on that credit card or were late with any liabilities and obligations that were on credit, that's going to ding your credit score and you're going to qualify for a higher interest rate. So I would chat with whatever lender you're working with to determine whether or not it's the right idea to pay off some of those loans or credit card debt before you go and buy a house, to see if that will boost your credit score and qualify for lower interest rates. And my 3 do nots, these can absolutely be deal killers. So make sure you do not do these without checking with your lender first. So the first one is, do not open new lines of credit. Do not go out going to buy new furniture, a car, other credit cards, or any other types of loans. This can absolutely kill the deal for you. Number 2, do not deposit large sums of money into your bank account without being able to establish where that money came from. So if you come across a windfall, you get a $10,000 check from Aunt Betty, you better make sure that's all right with your lender, because it needs to be able to determine where that money came from. Number 3, do not quit your job before the closing or while shopping for a house, especially if you're a dual income family and you're relying on both incomes to qualify for that loan. I had a couple do this a few years ago. She absolutely hated her job. She quit. It changed their interest rate dramatically, and they were relying solely on the husband's income to qualify for the loan. In the end, they were still able to close on the house, but still they had a higher interest rate, and it changed their monthly payment dramatically. So all else being equal, just stay chill, wait until after the home closing, and then you can go out and do whatever you want. Number 4, using a lender that you have an established relationship with, someone who communicates fantastic and who's actually going to pick up the phone. A lot of times sellers agents right now are calling the loan officer to ask them qualifying questions such as, what's the probability of this loan actually closing? Have you worked with this buyer or this real estate agent before? So a lot of my buyers are using the lenders that I'm recommending, someone who's local or that I have an established relationship with and have closed dozens of transactions with. Not only does that give the seller peace of mind knowing they're going under contract on their home with someone that's going to be reassuring they can communicate with and that that's reassuring that they can actually close on the loan. But if I'm trying to get a hold of them on a Sunday, they're actually going to be picking up the phone, and I can ask them if they're able to close in 30 days or less, because closing on a house quicker sometimes is very important to a seller and could beat out any competing offers because you're able to close quicker. So anything that we do in your offer is going to try to put you in the best and strongest possible position to beat out all your competition, and choosing the right lender is very important. And last but certainly not least is number 5, do all of your homework right up front before diving into this crazy real estate market. So what you want to do is set your budget and expectations like we spoke about earlier in the video before ever going to look at a house, because that's going to save you a ton of time and money in the long run. Interview your real estate agent. Make sure that they're the right fit to be working with you. They understand what's going on in the market, especially in the price point that you're looking in. And then go talk with a couple of lenders. Make sure that they're going to be able to communicate with you. They're exactly what you're looking for, and have them do what's called a soft pull so that they can qualify you for whatever amount that you're looking for, and then get that pre-approval document so that you can include that with any offer, because the seller is definitely going to want to see that. And then, I cannot stress this enough, identify the neighborhoods and the areas that you really want to hone in and can see yourself living in, because that's going to be very important, as my light just went out. But if you have any questions for me about anything I discussed in this video, definitely reach out to me, phone, text, email, days, nights, weekends. I'm always accepting new clients, so feel free to reach out. We'll set up a Zoom call. We'll discuss your real estate plan and find you that dream home. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later.